2020 into 2021 were especially difficult years for working mothers. While trying to care for their children, many moms struggled to keep their jobs or were forced to leave their jobs due to the global pandemic impact. Many had to find new income streams that worked with their childcare arrangements. Regardless of these setbacks, mompreneurs all around Belize have embraced these challenges to forge financial peace for their homes. Welcome to the Creative Monday Discussion Show. I'm your host, Mervin, and we are creatives transforming lives. Welcome back to the Creative Monday Discussion Show. I am your host, Mervin, and I will be with you for the next hour. I just want to firstly thank you guys for tuning in, those who are with us already. It's definitely going to be a great night. We're going to talk with some really amazing mompreneurs. Tonight, we're actually having our season finale. Tonight is our final episode for this season. We started the season early in August, and it's been really amazing just having different interviews with some amazing experts, some guests from around the region as well as here in Belize. And I can't believe it's already 3-4 months in. I can't believe we're at the end of our season, but everything must come to an end. It's not the end of the show, but it's the end of the season. We're going to take a Christmas break. Christmas is right around the corner. And we're also going to strategize for season 5, and we're going to figure out what are some of the areas we want to improve on, what are some of the areas we're going to bring back, and we want to hear from you guys. And so if you have ideas, if you've been following the show, you love what we've been doing, please reach out to us. Go to our website, creativemondayshow.com, use our contact information, or you can even WhatsApp us at 623-7898, or send us an email at hello@creativemondayshow.com, and send us your feedback. Let us know what you want us to talk about. Let us know the guests you want us to bring on. Let us know areas that you want us to improve the show with, right? So we want to hear from you. This show is for you. It's for entrepreneurs, small business owners, those who are looking for inspiration, those who are looking for motivation and transformation for their business and their lives, right? And so we're very excited to be able to bring this content to you, and we will continue to do so. Tonight, I want to welcome everyone who's tuned in on Facebook, everyone who's tuned in on YouTube, as well as LinkedIn. Kindly use the comment section. That's the little area below. And you can send us your feedback, send us your thoughts, send us your comment, interact with the guests, ask questions. That's why we call this Creative Monday Discussion. It's a discussion, and you have an opportunity to participate in the discussion with our guests. So I also want to welcome those who are tuned in on TNC here in Belize. Thank you guys for watching and making the show your show. And again, if you want to participate, send us a WhatsApp message, 623-7898, and you can be a part of the discussion. I want to say good morning to our friends in Europe who are watching on Caribbean Invest TV. I had an amazing conversation with the founder, the owner, Miss Edwina of Caribbean Invest TV, and she will be with us on the next season to have a discussion with us, talk to us a little bit about Caribbean Invest TV, what they're doing, what's the vision, and how they're pulling entrepreneurs in the Caribbean region together. So you want to look out for that episode next season. But again, we want to thank those who are watching on Caribbean Invest TV in the Europe area as well as in the Caribbean region. Thank you guys for being with us tonight. Tonight's episode is brought to you by Summit Accounting, and they are making accounting and financing easy for you. SummitAccounting.bz is transforming the delivery of accounting and CFO services in Belize through innovation and the use of technology. They specialize in tourism and not-for-profit NGO accounting, CFO services, taxation, accounting systems, and preparation for audits. SummitAccounting.bz makes accounting and financial management easy for you. Visit SummitAccounting.bz or call 600-1026 on Digi or 670-9015 on Smart today. All right. Yeah. So, guys, if you need accounting services, summitaccounting.bz, they are here to make accounting and financial management easy for you. The owner, the founder, Mr. Valladares, he's actually Abner Valladares. He was actually a guest on our past episode. So I want to also encourage you to go and visit our website, creativemondayshow.com. We archive all our episode and we have great content. If you're looking for marketing tips, if you're looking for CEO mindset, and you're looking for different just practical tools and tips in how to grow your business, look at the site, visit our site. You don't want to miss out on those content. It's all archived for you. Also, if you're a podcaster like me, every day I enjoy listening to a podcast just to learn and develop myself. We are on podcasts as well. So look for the Creative Monday Show discussion show on Apple, on Google Podcasts, as well as Spotify. Follow us, subscribe to us, and let's build this healthy business community together. So we will jump right in. We want to hear from you again. So again, let us know where in the world you're tuning in from. But we want to jump right in tonight and welcome our guests. Guys, tonight is all about mompreneurs. You know, my wife, she's been a very intricate part of the growth process for us as a business, but even in our home and balancing it all. And I've watched her and I'm impressed. I'm blown away at her ability to manage it all. And women has such a unique ability to manage all that's going on. And sometimes for men, we're just trying to hold on to one thing, right? But I've watched my wife manage the school, like because of the pandemic. We've had to do online school and make sure the kids are getting educated. We had to deal with the home affairs, and then my wife also worked with me in the business. And so watching her have blown my mind. And I'm saying that to say that I know many women, many female entrepreneurs, many mompreneurs around the world have been stretched thin in this time because of the COVID reality. And I wanted to have an episode where we highlight some of those Belizean mompreneurs who are charting their way forward, who are making an impact, and who are still kind of fighting through with their business to bring financial peace to their homes, and also bringing us legacy for their kids, right? So tonight, our first guest I want to welcome to the screen is none other than Miss Shermaine Pinkard. She is mompreneur. She's an entrepreneur, and she is the owner of Goddess Main Crown. And so we're going to welcome her to the screen tonight. Good evening, Miss Shermaine. How are you doing?
Good night. I'm fine. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
It's definitely a pleasure having you. Actually, for those watching, your daughter was on our past episode. This was, I believe it was season 2, when we were doing
Right.
kidpreneurs, and she blew me away. And right, so tonight I'm getting to talk to the mother behind the daughter. Right, tonight we get to talk to you and just hear a little bit about who you are and what you're doing. So, if you don't mind, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about who you are, what you're doing, and a little bit about your business journey and how you've got to where you're at today.
Okay. Well, my name is Shermaine Pinkard. I am 32 years old, and I am the owner of Goddess Main Crown Natural Hair Products. I've basically was inspired to create the products for after being in the hair industry as a cosmetologist for many years. Having interactions with customers and building relationships, I eventually get to understand that, the concerns was deeper than just having nice hairstyles, and um, I started to understand that, it's more about people being comfortable with their natural hair. Whether it's female, male, it's just about people being comfortable with their natural hair, having healthy hair. And that's basically the start of what inspired the product.
I love that. I am very natural, comfortable with my natural hair. I was watching some of your products and the result of it, and I'm like, hey, maybe I need to try some of that because the brother is going bald, and so I've work to keep low to kind of hide the reality that I'm going back, and I've gone gray very fast in my young
Okay.
years. I'm pretty young still, but yeah, that is very inspiring, just to take care of the natural hair, and just to be concerned about your customer and their needs, and finding what their needs are and being able to meet that need. Tell us a little bit, like, what was the beginnings like for you, like getting this off the ground, like what were those, some of those early challenges, some of the earlier things you had to overcome when you got this business off the ground?
Well, the main challenge was well, people didn't really know about the product. I had the product in making the product from my kitchen for a while. I had my personal customers who I would use the product on, but for the sake of selling the product, my challenge became how would um, I encourage customers to buy the product?
Yeah.
How would I advertise it? How can I prove to them that the product works? And thankfully I had customers who were willing to share their testimonials and,
Mm.
share their experiences, and that really helped a lot.
That's good. Did you ask them to share? Did they just volunteer to share? Like, how did that come about?
I had customers that volunteered, and I had customers who didn't really want to, deal with the whole internet interaction, but they did because, the experience was satisfying to them.
Yeah, that's good. And I'm asking that question because for our viewers, I want to just want to draw out the point that if you don't ask, sometimes you don't receive. We've worked with several clients in the past, and we told them, you got to ask your customers. You said you got to be courageous and just willing to say, hey, can you say something about the product? Can you give us a referral? Can you give us a testimonial?
Right.
Sometimes we assume that they will naturally do it, but many
Mhm.
times, people, you just got to ask them, and they're more than willing to do so. I'm Shermaine, what were some of the first products, and what were the lessons you learned in general from getting those first products off the ground?
Well, the first products I launched was the treatments. I had the sea mash treatment. I had the eucalyptus treatment. I basically started out with two products.
Mm.
And the challenges I faced was, um, like I said, getting people to prove to people that the
It
product
worked.
worked.
Yeah.
And the lesson I learned was, I was skeptical at first, like, what, maybe customers wouldn't really want to buy because I can't prove anything. And at the time, I didn't have much customers trying the products from my salon either, you
Mm.
know. So I still push it. I decided that, what, I really have nothing to lose. And I decided to push the products, and this is where I am now. I have
Yeah.
a wide client base. I have a lot of people that purchase the product, and that proves to me that nothing beats a try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many products do you currently have right now?
Right now, I actually ended up with 23 products
Wow.
total. I
Wow.
basically went crazy with
That's
creating
awesome.
products.
That's awesome.
And so I actually had to, it was becoming too much for me. And so I had to basically slow down a little bit and focus on my main products. So right now
Hmm.
I'm just dealing with about 11 products basically.
Wow. Well, that is great. I mean, that's a lot of products to push, and I
Right.
can imagine it. I'm just looking at the fact that, with the impact of the COVID, shipping got affected, movements of stuff got affected. How do you source your ingredients, and were those impacted by COVID in any way?
Fortunately, most products are found right here in
It's good.
Belize. Most of my products are, well, all my products are natural and
Okay.
found right here in Belize. So thank God I didn't have to deal with shipping from outside Belize or anything like that. Sometimes I had issues where my local provider, they might have issues with maybe farming or whatever the case may be, and I have to wait, but that's a rare situation, you know.
I love that. Like, all your products are from here in Belize, and I love you're using the resources that we have. We always talk about use what you have in your
Right.
hands, use what we have in our country. I mean you are an amazing example of an I'm calling you a mompreneur, but you're an example of a mompreneur who's looking around and say, hey, this is what I have, this is the resource I
Right.
have to work with, and you're using that. That's really amazing. Hey, what I want to do right now, I want to pull up some slides. Just showing some of your products so that folks can see. So here we have here. So that's your awesome daughter working with you.
Yes, that's
So
Amani.
so tell us a little bit about your products. As we're watching it here, just if you can describe that process that someone can expect when they're working with you.
Well, the products right now, most products, I have a few products that are naturally preserved and some that aren't, because I can't really find all natural preservatives for all the products as yet. That's still in the process.
Mm-hmm.
So some products has to be refrigerated, some can be out. Even though they have to be refrigerated, they still can be out for like up to 3 to 4 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
This was the one that grabbed me when I saw the before and
Right.
after. I was like, okay, there is hope for me yet, right? So talk to us a little bit about that product. How does it work really?
Okay, well, that product, that one is the aloe vera mint treatment.
Yeah.
This specific client called me and she said that she basically had this issue with the hair loss for about I think it was 8 months.
Hmm.
And she had been using different products and nothing seemed to have been working. And she called and she said, you know what, I'm not sure that yours will work either, but I'll just try it. And I said, you know what, I can't guarantee anything, but nothing beats a try. And she
Yeah.
purchased the package, and which is the green, the one at the top with the green bottles.
Okay.
And she used that for about 3 weeks, because most of the treatment process is 3 weeks before you
See
purchase
results from it.
additional products, right?
Yeah.
And within 3 weeks, that was the result.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, that is very hopeful for me. I'm telling you, because as I mentioned, I tried another product and I didn't get results, and I've settled to just keep it bald. But looking at this, I'm definitely seeing that there is still hope for me in the areas of my hair. Right? Do you have
Right.
anything for gray beard? Do you have any product that helps to bring back the color in the?
Actually, I don't. I
Okay.
don't. I have some oils. The same one that that lady used in that picture would be the same one that I would recommend for your situation to
Okay.
bring back the hair. Yeah.
So you have a salon, you're a mom, you produce your products. What's some of your challenges in managing it all? Like how do you balance it all?
Well, actually, fortunately, I am doing pretty well with managing everything right now, because I would say the business taught me to master organizing myself.
Hmm.
So I know that I have to be a full-time mom. I have customers, I have to do hair, I have to make products, I have to manage and do everything. And so I realized eventually that, you know what, Shermaine, I have to sort this thing out. And
Yeah,
I just eventually, it took time, but I started to bring everything together. And now I am at a very comfortable place where
I
I
love
don't
that.
really feel the strain as much.
I love that. Actually, I was talking to my wife about that today because we were talking about this principle that if you manage what you have well, you're able to build more and have more add
Right,
on to it, right? And so we're in a space where we have a lot going on right now, and we realize that what needs to happen. We need to step back and look at it and figure out how will we manage this and manage it well, and then grow into that. And we're
right.
we're always being stretched, we're always growing, right? So I love what you shared just now, because I realize it is a process. We don't automatically get there, we don't
Mhm.
automatically start to manage it all, but there comes a point where we come to our senses and we say, hey, like you said, Charmaine, I gotta figure this out. We gotta, as
Right.
entrepreneurs, we gotta figure it out and then make the adjustments and then definitely move towards a better system. So in terms of um and this is a question that came in, do you use a planner or you have actual tools to help you organize your day? And we're talking about the management process now.
A planner. Honestly, basically, I am the planner. I just do all this in my head, basically.
Yeah.
I don't have any specific tool that I use.
Yeah. Um, a question came in, and I think you just answered. But the question was, are you a tech mom that use apps and different things to organize? Do you see yourself going to that? Do you see yourself coming to a place where you will need additional tools as you grow, or you feel like right now what you have is working, and it's getting you where you need to go?
Right now, what I have is working, but I know that as I grow, I will definitely need
Mhm.
additional tools
Very good.
for sure.
So what, let's talk a little, shift the conversation a little bit as we're getting ready to wrap up. What are you doing right now? I know you have your business, you have your daughter, you have your salon. Is there anything you're doing that as well in the community that you're giving back, that you're helping out? Talk to us a little bit about your impact in the community.
Well, I feel like my way of giving back is through the products.
Yeah,
One, I try to push my all into it. I do everything that I do with love,
yeah,
and I'm sure my customers receive that, they can feel that, and I believe that that is the reason why they see results.
yeah,
And I always do giveaways. I always randomly. I know there are people out there that needs the product and can't afford it, so I would do giveaways. I would do little raffles. I do different things like that, but I mainly do giveaways back to the community through the products.
very good. Very good. And I see that because there was a movie that was out. My wife and I stayed up and watched it. It was this lady that did a hair product and got all the women in the town to start buy the product, and she became a millionaire down the road. But part of her story was the reality that every woman deserve to look beautiful, and they
Right.
deserve to be cared for. And so she started to take her same product and start to say, hey, come to my salon and I will give you a free sample and let's start the process. And then from there, everyone just kind of went wild with her product, right? And so, it's true. We need to be able to take care of ourselves.
Right.
We talked this season about mental health and how important that is.
Mm-hmm.
And part of that is taking care of ourselves as well, right? And so your product is an amazing product. And I do want to encourage
Thank you.
everyone to reach out and utilize it, get it in your grocery shopping list, get it in your part of your hairdressing.
All right.
I don't know the women language, so but
Yeah.
get it in there, get it in there, right? One final question I want to ask you. There's a lot of, we talked earlier about moms having to kind of pioneer and kind of get out there in the entrepreneurial space, especially in light of COVID. What advice would you give to any mom who they're looking to start a company or start something to help them in this time? If you had to give them, let's say, three advice, what would those three advice be?
I would say organize.
Yeah,
Organize. If you organize, you can really do a lot. Um, Believe in yourself. Whatever it is that you have a passion for, that's your thing. If you have a passion and you believe in whatever it is, push through and do whatever it takes to create it, because it brings a sense of freedom, that everyone deserves. And I would also say that it's a it's a good look for your children.
yeah,
It's a good example for them, to see that, mommy have her own business, and mommy don't have to get up and work for nobody, and you know
yeah,
so it's a good thing, it's a good look for the
yeah.
kids.
I love that. Two things you said that really excited me just now. One, you said, everyone deserves freedom. And, through entrepreneurship and through even our business, we can step into a level of freedom
Right,
financially, emotionally, in every sense, right? And even
right,
creating a freedom legacy for our kids, right? And that's why I was excited when we had Amani on, because I mean, she was already an example of, from a young age, already kind of have the entrepreneurial mindset. So she will be different than most other kids. She will go
right.
farther than most other kids because of the example that you're saying. The next thing that you said, and you said, it looks good. But what I wanna tag on that and ask Mike, I said it was the last question, but I'm bringing another question for you.
That's
You
okay.
have on your nice shirt. I see your banner in the back. Talk to us about branding and how important branding is, and kind of what has inspired your brand, because we were talking about that look, right? And so talk to us a little bit about what has inspired your brand and what are you communicating through your brand.
Well, what has inspired the brand was basically everything that reflects me,
Hmm.
everything that says what I have to offer, what I want. And I basically wanted to create a vibrant energy towards taking care of yourself,
Wow, I love
you
that.
know, taking care of your hair in particular. For the women, I know a lot of women who sat in my chair many days and hide behind a wig, hide
Hmm.
behind extensions, and the moment they have to remove that extension, it's a different person.
Yeah.
And for me, as a hairstylist, I understand the struggle. And
Yeah.
it's something that people don't really look at or even understand exists as much, And I just wanted to bring that space for females, just about anybody who has the struggle. I wanted to create that space, that environment where you could feel happy about taking care of yourself and not see it as hard work and not see it as something that is impossible. You know, that's basically
I love it.
what inspired the brand.
I love it. I love it, man. That is amazing, and I think you are doing that, and I think your daughter is definitely inspired by who you are and what you're doing.
Thank
In
you.
closing, tell us, where can people get your products? How can they purchase it? Let us know if you do shipping countrywide. So any information on how women can access your product, and I would say men too, because I think I need that. I need that one for my head.
All right. Right now, the products are available online, so
Okay.
you can contact me on WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram. I do shipping via BPMS or Kano's delivery service, post office,
Mm-hmm.
and that's basically how I could get the products to anyone within the country.
Very good. A question just came in. I know I told you it was the last one, but we definitely want
No
our guests to ask
problem.
question as well. He said, hi, it's always extremely gratifying to see Belizean made products making it. How do you compete with the many imported items on the shelves? Very good
Hmm.
question. It's a very good
Right.
question.
Well, I don't think that anything can stand beside something natural. That's just my belief.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if it's natural, it will always speak out,
Yeah.
it always stand out. So that's where my confidence came out with not being I was okay,
Yeah.
competing or having my products out there because I know what it does,
Yeah.
you know.
And I love that, and I also think too that, and I'm sharing this because I think for us, and it's a new era we're coming into, that especially in light of all that's going on, that we as a country, we as a people need to start support more our local entrepreneurs. I was having a
Right.
conversation with someone over the weekend, and the reality is that sometimes we've become accustomed to imported products, and so if it's not foreign, we typically don't want it. But the shift is starting to happen. There's a shift that's happening where we are starting to see, appreciate, and celebrate our own, and
Right.
use our own products that's being generated here, right? And so I hope
Mm-hmm.
that those who are watching, I hope that we can help inspire that more, that there will be a love and appreciation for Belize made products, right? And for products like yours, on the shelf in stores, that we will not walk past it, but that we will see it, recognize it, and say, hey, that is a Belize made product. I want to try it and I want to get it into my home and kind of make it a part of our regular shopping list, right? So
Right.
so yeah, so awesome. Well, I just want to thank you so much. Is there any closing remarks that you would like to leave with us before you go?
I just want to say that there's actually a few people, a few female in Belize who are making natural products. And I would encourage women to reach out to
Yeah,
these entrepreneurs and try these products because it's natural. And most people use products, but they're not knowledgeable about what's really inside these bottles.
yeah,
And most of these bottles are filled with chemicals, and it's very important for our health as well. So get used to going back to natural stuff. It's healthy inside and out. It's healthy for the hair, it's healthy for the body. So I just want to encourage women to reach out and support.
very good. I love that. I really appreciate it, and I want to echo that. I want to just let those watching tune in and say as well. Remember, let's support. Let's try. Let's get it on our shelves. Let's get it in our homes. Let's support Belize made products, right? So thank you
Right.
so much, Ms. Charmaine, for being with us tonight. Really, really appreciate talking with you. Don't go anywhere, and I just want to tell our audience, don't go anywhere either. Ms. Charmaine will be back. We'll bring you back. We'll have one last segment with both our guests where we want to talk to them. But what we're going to do right now, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then when we get back, we will be speaking with our next guest for the evening.
The way you watch TV. The way you watch TV. The way you watch TV is changing. Now get one app for all your streaming needs. Live sports, live action, global news coverage, local news, 24-hour live, reality TV, and all the TV drama on demand. Your personal cinema. My TV, entertainment, anytime, anywhere. Start your free trial today. Next Gen, powered by Central TV and Internet.
All right, welcome back to the Creative Monday Discussion Show. It's definitely a pleasure having you guys. And I want to remind you guys, comment. We want to hear from you. We want to hear some love from you guys. We want to hear some awesome questions from you. Feel free to participate. Thank you, Mr. Abner, for sending in that question earlier. Good night and welcome, Miss Debbie Jolie. She's all the way from Trinidad. Tuned in. Thank you for tuning in. We want to know, guys, where you're watching from as well. So kindly let us know in the comment section. I just wanted to say this. I had a laugh just now because if you notice the fun, we were doing like a hip hop jig 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 with the ad just now. We are working remotely, which is really super cool because of this the realities, right? So we have about 3 or 4 of us working behind the scenes, all from different location, and we're interacting online through the platform, right? And so so there was a slight delay, but it gave me a little like hip hop rap kind of little thing there with that ad that was coming in. But again, guys, we want to hear from you. We want to know your thoughts. We want you to be part of the discussion. We want to thank you guys for tuning in and staying connected. So our next guest hails all the way, and it's not from foreign, but all the way from the beautiful village of Roaring Creek. She is a mother. She is an entrepreneur, and she is pushing sweet treats. So I want to invite to the screen this evening our guest for tonight, Miss Glenisha Guy. Welcome to the screen. Good evening, Glenisha. How are you doing?
Hi, good evening, Mervin. I'm doing quite okay.
Awesome. Well, welcome to the Creative Monday Discussion Show, all the way from Roaring Creek. You know, when I was growing up, they used to always tell me all the way from Roaring Creek, and that sound like somewhere far away, right? But we're actually minutes away. I'm in Belmopania and Roaring Creek. We're a few minutes away from each other. So you know, Glenisha, talk to us a little bit about just your background. What was your journey like? To get you to where you're at right now? And I'm going to ask you 3 questions. So what's your background? What's your journey like? And then what are you doing right now? Like, let help our audience get a pulse of all that you're doing right now.
Okay. Well, Sweet Treat started with me becoming a new mom, working a government job at entry level, and I needed an extra income. My sister and I, we started out with a Valentine's cake sale, and after that, we started to get orders in for cakes. At the moment, we didn't know anything about cake, but we knew we needed to make some extra income. So we found something that wasn't really popular at the time and something that we thought would have been good for sales. That was red velvet cake. And up to this date, red velvet cake is one of my best seller.
Wow.
I must say. Um, like I said, we started out not knowing anything about cakes, decorating. Um, I started to bake. I knew the cake tasted good, but they weren't all that pretty. Um, some people they don't mind just having a tasty cake, and there's some people that want that
They
cake
want that
to
look.
yes.
Looks play a big part of it.
Yes. So when I became available, in between playing home house mom, I had extra time and I went and I joined the enrolled at the Y, the
Okay.
Belmopan. Yes,
Yeah.
I did their basic cake decorating course, and that was the only class that I did. And after that, it just takes
Yeah.
practicing and looking on Pinterest. Most nights, I don't, I'm not always on Facebook. I am scrolling on Pinterest and trying to find out what's the new trend
Mm,
and learning how to be better. Um, yeah, that's about that.
I love that.
And where I am at the moment is having sweet treats being my bread and butter.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. We're talking about sweet treats, so let's look at it because here and this is one of those products that I'm a little bit hesitant to bring up because it might make me hungry, right? But let's bring up some slides to see what the product looks like. So there we have. These are your girls.
Yes.
All right. And so guys, if you notice, we deliberately put some slides with the moms and their daughters and their kids in there because it's the full package. They're not just entrepreneurs, they're mompreneurs. They're doing it with their kids. And I love your origin story that you were a new mom and you were figuring out how do I get some extra finance? Because I'm telling you, I have three girls and it's not cheap. The expenses keep coming, and whenever you kind of reach a spot where okay, our budget feels comfortable, there's a new thing that comes, there's school or there's uniform or books or something that comes that always is pushing that budget a little bit more and more, right? So but it's amazing that we can take that and be inspired to kind of start these amazing ventures. So tell us a little bit about what we're looking at on the screen right now.
So I started out like I told you doing just cakes. Um, that's red velvet cake and basic designs. And after that, I started working with fondant and also doing fruit. That is strawberry, chocolate covered strawberry, and
Okay.
adding all sorts of things to it. Usually people only do it with the chocolate and that has on it was for a little girl. So it had on some of her favorite cereals and just her favorite cookies as well. So um yeah.
And here we see you. Okay, what are these in the bottom right? Those look very delicious.
Those are jalapenos. Jalapenos,
Ooh,
stuffed jalapenos and jalapeno bombs.
wow.
So I started out I used to work at the British High Commission and we had like social nights and I was responsible for the social events and
Mhm.
we planned and the person that used to make tough jalapenos for us, she stopped making them and I couldn't find anybody to make them reasonable for us to resell.
Yeah.
And so I said, okay, I'll do it. And I started making them and they were pretty good and I started selling them myself. And I tried the jalapeno because usually people usually only sell the stuffed jalapenos.
Yeah.
And I tried the jalapeno bombs, and those were actually better than the stuffed jalapenos. And
Wow.
I used to sell them fried from home. And when COVID started, that was when the frozen jalapeno start, the frozen package
Frozen.
started.
Okay. Talk to us a little bit about that. Frozen. Are those sold in stores?
At the moment, not as yet. But I have readily available here at home,
Okay.
and that's something that I want to start. I was actually um I had plans to do that summer, but I had an incident where I had to postpone that. So
Okay.
from 2022, that's
That's on the
one of
goal.
my
That's on the list.
yes,
Very
yes,
nice. Very nice. So
yes.
you say you have frozen. Is it frozen jalapenos?
Yes. So
Okay.
all you need to do is put it to thaw and fry them, and you have your
Wow.
snack.
Wow. I love the innovation. I love what's coming out of Belize. I love the products that are being created. And many times the necessity is a matter of invention. We needed to make an income, and so we launched the business. And then you need the business to grow, and you need to reach a wider audience, and so you start to offer new services and new products, and you expand your products base. You're researching. I just love it. And so I just want to encourage those who are tuned in. If you have an idea, start. I would say just start.
Yeah.
And then from there, watch how it grows, and watch how it expands. Sweet Treats. How did that name come about? Talk to us about that.
Like I said, I started out with just cakes. So something sweet you want, and it's a treat, so sweet treat. Um, like I always try to think I need to rebrand, because it's not just only sweets anymore. Because my jalapenos are very popular.
Yeah.
I need a name that would include that as well. So at
Yeah.
the moment I'm playing around with titles, and that would be Sweet Treats and More.
Yeah.
So yes.
But the jalapeno can still be a sweet treat, a hot sweet treat. It can still be, you know, a sweet treat with a spice or something like that. But so for those watching, Glenisha is looking for a new name or to tack on. So this is a good opportunity for you to participate in her journey and be part of her story, right? So this is amazing. I really love the products that you're doing. So how has the business grown from the beginning? And I know you've expanded with new products, but in terms of the growth process, what have you seen been pivotal and key to grow your business to where it's at right now?
That would be proper planning.
Hmm.
Like Miss Pinkard mentioned, organizing yourself, and most importantly, be consistent.
Yeah.
Yes. So that consistency is the key.
Yeah.
I mean, you want, every time you bite into that jalapenos, it's the same thing. Every time you have
Mm.
that piece of cake, it's the
It's
same
a
thing.
process. Yeah.
Like, oh, like, sometimes you eat something. Oh, this tastes like my mom's cooking.
Hmm.
So every time you bite into this, you taste sweet treats.
Yeah.
That's what. And like some people, they would ask me, you know have just some a little extra, No, I don't. I follow one recipe. So there is
Yeah.
a extra. What I make for that is that for that cake. I don't
Yeah.
do, because there are some people that do that.
They throw a little bit of this and a
Yes,
little
true.
bit of
It's
that.
true. No,
Yeah.
you
Consistency.
have,
I love you
yes.
said that. You said it's consistency, but it's also having a process. There's a process that you're following, and that process is giving you the same result each time, right? And that's very key in business. We got to systematize and create a process and systematize that process so that we can get the same results each time, over and over, and get good results. I want to say this because this has been in the back of my mind. It's actually I talk about it in my book that I'm working on. But you say consistency, and here's my thing: everyone is consistent. We are all consistent. We're all consistently doing the right thing, or we're consistently doing the wrong thing. We're consistently following the process, or we're consistently failing to follow the process. So I always say, well, this is what I'm starting to say. I'm not always saying we don't have a consistency problem. We have a focus problem. We have an inability to clearly prioritize what's important and follow through. With that said, how do you manage and prioritize it all? Because again, you're a mom, you're doing the business, you're growing the business, you're creating new products in the business. How do you know what to prioritize and what to just kind of put on the shelf for later on? Talk to us a little bit about your process in that.
I keep a diary.
I love it. You're
I keep
speaking my
a
language.
diary that I can't do without my diary. I have a diary, I have a to-do list, I have a list where I have Monday that is visible for me. I have a diary that is physical. I have my to-do list. I have a Monday, the days of the week that I could see. And I also have the digital calendar as well, that I organize my orders with.
Okay.
So that's something new that I'm doing. I haven't quite launched it as yet because I'm still adding to it, where you could order online.
Nice.
So when you go to my Facebook page, you could just simply order. There would be options with different prices and
Yeah.
and list of items that you could order.
I love that. And guys, it's easy to do that when we have a system mindset, because when we are keeping record or keeping track of the process, and like you said earlier on, you keep the same process all the time. So because of that, you can easily start to put that process in a technology and have the technology do it for you. I really, really love what you're sharing. Talk to those, and we asked this question to Ms. Pinkard earlier, but for moms, and we're focusing on moms tonight because like as I mentioned earlier, moms have a heavy load in this. A lot of the moms have a very heavy load. Talk to that mom who is thinking about taking that idea that she has. She's thinking about, how do I get it out there? How do I start? I talk to that mom. What advice would you give that mom who's contemplating starting a business on top of all that she already have going right now? What would you say to that mom?
Believe in yourself. That I know Miss Pinkard said that, and that might sound cliche, but you need to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have started this full time if I only believed in myself from the beginning, and have that confidence, So believe in yourself. Plan, have that your vision, and where do you see yourself now, and where do you want to see yourself, and you work towards those steps to get to where you want to get to. And and I mean, also invest in yourself, because
I love that.
you need to learn, because you can't just go into it with just what you know. You need to ensure that you are the best. And if you are not the best at the moment, become the best.
That's good.
So investing in yourself, I would also add that to it as well.
I love that. And I will, because you said it, I will put a plug for us. Go to creativewondershow.com. We have over 50 interviews of entrepreneurs, business owners from right here in Belize, as well as globally. We have from the US, from the Caribbean region. We have those who understand our culture. We have those from different culture who looks at things from an outside perspective in. Go and invest in yourself. Listen to those interviews. Listen to those conversations. You will not. I've been transformed. I've been changed just from doing these interviews and connecting with these entrepreneurs from the region, right? And so that's why we're doing these podcasts. That's why we're doing this live show, because we want to bring to you guys content and inspirational people like Miss Glenisha, who will inspire, motivate, and transform your life, right? So go to creativewondershow.com and invest in yourself. We have is this a question that came in? Oh, someone is saying, proud of you. This is Michelle Kenya. She says, proud of you, Glenisha. Jalapenos peppers are the best. So I don't like hot stuff, but the way you've described this jalapeno pepper, you're convincing me to try it. Came on and saying sweet heat. I guess that's a new name. Sweet heat. Sweet treat, sweet heat. It could work. It could work. So maybe you might need to put a little competition or something out there. For
the name,
right? And then someone said, don't forget about the nachos. So you do nachos as well? They said,
Yes,
don't
yes.
forget the nachos. All right. So, Glenisha, talk to us a little bit about your community impact. Like, what have you been doing in terms of working in your community? How have you been giving back in that sense? And this is something important to us because we believe in transformation for our community as well, right? So, talk to us a little bit about that.
Mervin, I am from Roaring Creek.
I know.
And I am not ashamed to say that I am from Roaring Creek.
Yeah.
I like to say good thing when people say good thing come from Roaring Creek. I like adding my name in
Yes.
there.
Yeah.
I mean, you watch the news and you know about Roaring Creek.
Yeah.
It's just before COVID. We used to always help. There used to be always like Christmas parties. They do events and stuff like that, and I would always donate treats. Whether it's cupcakes for the Christmas party for the kids or cakes for raffles, I am always there. Not there physically in front, but I am behind the scenes and I give my donation because I love my community and I always want the best for my community. And I have a good friend of mine. We always talk about wanting to start a woman's group here in Roaring Creek because I was like, if I didn't have my job or I didn't have my business, you bet I wouldn't just be here depending on somebody. I'm not knocking anyone, but I like to make my own money. I just like to say, I used to like to say that I don't know how to make 30, but you bet I'm more learn to make 30, because I know as I work at that time I was working, right? And coming home, you don't want to go into the kitchen, and that is something that you could offer. So I used to, that is something that we, and I am passionate about as well, is empowering women.
Love that.
So for them to learn a little skill and motivate them and just help women out, that's one of my passion as well.
That's very nice. That's awesome, and I think that's it. That's key, and I agree. I used to live in Roaring Creek years back, and I used to work with the youths in the community. And that's where the inspiration to start my first company came from, because working with the youths, I saw how talented they were, but a lot of people didn't give them the opportunity because of where they came from. So I'm like, how can I create a business that give them opportunities? And so that's what inspired my first venture, Task Belize. I was in the US when I was thinking about that idea, right? So I get it. It's, to me, it's important to give back and have a heart for the community. And when we're serving, so much come out from that. My final question for you, because we're almost out of time for the evening and there's some more fun stuff we want to do. Lessons learned. What are the top 3 lessons that you've learned since you've started your business venture and brought it to where it's at today?
Okay, I keep saying consistency is the key for success. One of my lessons is consistency, communication as well. I am not the perfect example of good communication, but I try my best to. You said three lessons that I've learned. Consistency, communication, and planning, I would say.
Very nice. Very good. Well, Glenisha, I just want to thank you so much for coming on, and just really sharing your journey and your story with us. I think definitely that sweet and spicy treats. There you go. Sweet and spicy treats. Your name is evolving right here on the show. I'm just saying, we're helping you out. Definitely, what you're doing and what you've brought to the show, we definitely appreciate you and what you're doing in the community. What you're doing as an example for moms and your kids. We just really want to applaud you and thank you as well, right? So what we're going to do, guys, we're almost out of time, but we're going to take one more break, and then when we get back, we will have both Miss Shermaine as well as Glenisha on screen, and we're just going to do some wrap-up conversation and chit-chat. Let's take a break.
Are you ready to move your business forward? Are you ready to make an impact? Are you ready to go beyond what is? Hungry for more traffic, engagement, customers? Here is your chance to become more successful in the digital world. with fresh, creative, innovative strategies for your organization's messaging, website, videos, graphics, photos, and sound. Skyrocket your brand's digital identity. We do what works. We do things differently. We learn from you to understand your business needs. Tell your story, reach more people, and close more sales. Contact us now to take your business to the next level. Task Belize, the heart of entrepreneurial innovation.
Welcome back to the Creative Monday Discussion Show. Thank you guys for staying tuned in with us this evening. It definitely was a great show. I can't believe we're almost out of time. Part of why I wanted to bring these ladies back on, this is our season finale. And as always, as a company, as a show, we want to also be able to give back, and we want to also be able to invest in entrepreneurs, right? And so Miss Glenisha and Miss Shermaine, on behalf of the Creative Monday Discussion team and our sponsors and partners, we are investing $200 each into your business. And we also have some other nice treats that we're discussing as a team that we want to support both you guys in marketing and helping advance your business venture, right? So we really value what you guys are doing as moms, and we recognize how challenging it is. And so it's just an honor for us to be able to stand behind you. So on behalf of our partners, our sponsors, and again, guys, we are grateful for our partners and sponsors who have been with us for this entire season. We're able to do this. And if you want to find out how to become a partner and a sponsor, please definitely reach out to us. But again, thank you, ladies. We really appreciate you guys. Our team will be in touch with you to make arrangement how we can get those funds directly to you. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You
Thank
are
you
more
for
than
the
welcome.
opportunity.
Awesome. So guys, we are at the end of our season. This is, like as I mentioned, this is our season finale episode, Mompreneurs, and it definitely was such a pleasure and an honor for us to be in your space, in your room, on your device this entire season. I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. I just want to take this opportunity as well to thank our team. They've worked with me and they've worked with us to pull these episodes off every week since August of this year, and actually we're tonight makes, I think, our 52nd or 53rd episode. So it's been over a year now, and I just really want to thank the team who've worked diligently behind the scenes to make this happen. That being my wife Ruth, Miss Kimana Gillett, Joshua Budram, as well as Shireen Rivero. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for just all your hard work and just really everything that you do to make the Creative Monday show happen every week and a reality. Thank you for believing in the vision and jumping behind the vision of creatives transforming lives. We also want to thank TNC for just catching the vision and rebroadcasting and carrying this show on their network. We want to thank as well Carib Invest TV for catching the vision and carrying the show, as well as So Arise TV out of Antigua and Barbuda for carrying it. Big thank you to our creative community, all you guys, for tuning in week after week. And again, we want to hear from you. We're taking a month, actually. We're taking about a month or two to kind of re-strategize, refocus, and then we'll be back again in 2022 for season 5, fresh, ready for great content, new guests, new stories, and journey that will inspire, motivate, and transform your lives. Thank you so much. We want to say God bless you. I want to say Merry Christmas. Be safe. Continue to be on the guard in relation to COVID, but be safe. Enjoy wonderful family time, make memories, and enjoy this Christmas. I'll see you again next year. And I want to say God bless, but I have one more thing to mention. Next week, although we won't be on air, we want to give some gifts. We have our traditional Christmas basket that we'll be giving away gifts. So visit our website, creativemonday.show.com, as well as our Instagram page. We'll be posting next week how you guys can win some amazing Christmas gifts from our partners and friends and sponsors, right? So keep visiting creativemondershow.com. Keep visiting our Instagram page. If you're not following us on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, please do so. Also follow our YouTube channel, subscribe to our YouTube channel Mervin Mudra Media, where you can keep getting content like this and more, right? And so enjoy the Christmas break. If you love great Christmas music, go and check out my music as well. I have some amazing Christmas music on my YouTube channel. Check it out and add it to your playlist and enjoy this season. Merry Christmas. God bless you. See you next year. Take care.